What if I told you that the calcium advice you grew up with might be incomplete, and that some of the most powerful sources of this mineral are not sitting in your refrigerator's dairy section, but growing wild in cracks in the sidewalk in your backyard and in foods that most people throw straight into the trash? By the time this video ends, you are going to look at a glass of milk completely differently. And you might even start eating the parts of vegetables you have been tossing out for your entire life. Stick around until the end, because food number 3 on this list is something almost nobody talks about, and it might be hiding in your spice cabinet right now. If you find this useful, smash that like button, drop a comment telling me which food on this list surprised you the most, and subscribe so you do not miss what is coming next. Let's get into it. For decades, we have been told that dairy is the gold standard for calcium. Milk, cheese, yogurt. That is the trinity we grew up memorizing in school. But here's the problem nobody mentions. Calcium intake is not the same thing as calcium absorption. Your body does not just need calcium to be present in food, it needs to actually be able to use it. Some plant foods deliver calcium your body can absorb at rates equal to or even better than dairy, while also packing in fiber, antioxidants, and minerals you simply will not find in a glass of milk. So today we are breaking down 20 plant-based calcium powerhouses, organized into 4 categories: leafy greens, wild foraged plants, seeds, nuts, and grains, and specialized medicinal plants. Let's start where most calcium conversations should start: the leafy greens. Number 1 is kale, and if you have ever wondered why kale became the trendy health food of the last decade, here is the real reason. Kale has exceptionally low levels of oxalates, natural compounds that bind to calcium. Because kale is so low in oxalates, the calcium inside it is highly bioavailable, meaning your body can actually use almost all of it. And here's a fun fact for the gardeners. Kale is a resilient winter crop that gets sweeter after a frost, because the cold triggers the plant to convert starches into sugars as a survival mechanism. Number 2 is collard greens, a cornerstone of Southern American cooking with a story that goes far deeper than nutrition. Historically, families could not afford to waste a single nutrient, so they would drink the leftover cooking liquid, known as pot liquor. That liquid captured all the minerals that leached out of the greens, turning dishwater into a mineral-packed broth. Number 3, and this is one I promised you earlier, is bok choy. This crisp, fast-growing Chinese cabbage is incredibly underrated. Just like kale, bok choy is very low in oxalates. This means its calcium content is highly accessible to your body. It cooks in minutes, works in stir-fries, soups, and salads, and most grocery stores carry it year-round. Number 4 is turnip greens, and this one might genuinely shock you. Most people buy turnips, slice off the leafy green tops, and throw them straight into the trash without a second thought. But those discarded greens hold significantly more calcium per cooked cup than an entire glass of milk. Next time you buy turnips, do not waste those tops. Sauté them with garlic and olive oil instead. Number 5 is mustard greens, a bold and peppery member of the cruciferous vegetable family. Mustard greens thrive easily in cool weather, making them a fantastic late-season crop for home gardeners, and their sharp, spicy flavor adds a kick to soups and sautés that milder greens simply cannot match. Number 6 is watercress, an ancient riverbank green prize since ancient Rome. Roman soldiers reportedly ate watercress for strength and vitality, and modern nutrition science backs them up. This is one of the most nutrient-dense vegetables on the entire planet. Number 7 is Chinese broccoli, also known as gailan. It has thick, tender stems and a calcium absorption rate that equals or even outperforms dairy. If you have ever had it at a Chinese restaurant drizzled with oyster sauce, you already know how delicious it is, but most people have no idea how nutritionally powerful it is too. Before we move into category 2, let me ask you in the comments, have you ever eaten any of these 7 foods regularly? I read every comment, so let me know, and hit that subscribe button. Let's head back into category 1. Number 8 is Napa cabbage, the base of traditional kimchi. When fermented, the core minerals stay intact while introducing gut-healthy probiotics. Number 9 is broccoli, the most ordinary grocery store staple on this list. But broccoli delivers a surprisingly reliable high absorption rate of calcium. The answer has been in the produce aisle the whole time. Number 10 is okra, a heat-tolerant southern pod with a complicated history. Brought to the Americas through the transatlantic slave trade, it carried agricultural traditions even under unimaginable circumstances. Today, its mucilaginous texture, that slightly slimy consistency, binds beautifully in dishes like gumbo while delivering solid, reliable nutrition. Now for Category 2, wild foraged foods. Number 11 is dandelion greens. Dandelions were brought over by European settlers because of their nutrition. Today, most Americans spend money on weed killer to eliminate dandelions from their lawns, completely unaware that they are destroying one of the most nutrient-dense greens available for free in their own backyard. Number 12 is stinging nettle, a mineral-dense plant used for centuries. But a safety note, it must be fully cooked or dried before eating, because raw hairs cause a painful stinging reaction. Once cooked or dried, that stinging compound is neutralized completely, leaving behind a mild spinach-like green that is safe and nutritious. Number 13 is purslane. Number 13 is purslane, a juicy weed you have probably seen in sidewalk cracks. It contains remarkably high levels of calcium and omega-3 fatty acids, incredibly rare for a land plant. Don't pull it, eat it. Quick reminder, if you are learning something new, drop a comment with the word calcium so I know you're following along, and tap that like button. Now let's talk about Category 3, seeds, nuts, and grains. Number 14 is sesame seeds, possibly the single most calcium-dense food on this list when the hull is left intact. Ground into tahini, that process makes the calcium even easier for your body to access. Number 15 is chia seeds, historically used by Aztec and Mayan runners as endurance fuel. Just a few spoonfuls soak up liquid to form a thick, calcium-dense gel, perfect for modern smoothies. Number 16 is almonds, the most calcium-rich tree nut. Valued along ancient trade routes for their long shelf life, they were a reliable source of nutrition for travelers crossing entire continents. Number 17 is teff, a tiny grain from the Ethiopian highlands used for injera. Because the grains are so small, you naturally eat the whole grain every time, retaining all its minerals. We are almost at the end of this list, but do not go anywhere yet, because the final category covers some genuinely fascinating plants with deep historical and even spiritual significance. This is Category 4, specialized and medicinal plants. Amaranth thrives in extreme summer heat, producing nutritious greens when other vegetables wilt. This resilience made it an essential survival crop for ancient communities in hot climates. Number 19 is figs, native to the Mediterranean and cultivated for thousands of years. The drying process concentrates their natural minerals, making dried figs a dense, portable source of calcium. And finally, number 20, moringa, often called the miracle tree. Its leaves are so densely packed with minerals that humanitarian organizations use them to combat malnutrition in arid regions worldwide. So there you have it, 20 plant-based foods that prove calcium does not have to come from a carton of milk. From common grocery store vegetables like broccoli and kale, to wild foraged plants growing right outside your door like dandelion and purslane, to ancient seeds and grains used by civilizations thousands of years before us. The natural world has provided more calcium-rich options than most of us were ever taught. Next time you're at the store or even in your backyard, take a second look. If you made it this far, thank you for sticking with me. That genuinely means a lot. Let me know in the comments which one of these 20 foods you are going to try first. I read every comment. If you learned something today, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you do not miss the next video. We have a lot more food science breakdowns coming your way. I will see you in the next one.